Last night, I ended up going to bed around 2 a.m. I've been wanting to shift my routine so I can sleep before midnight, but when I start watching AI-related videos on YouTube, it quickly becomes around 11 p.m. from there. Once I begin brushing my teeth and cleaning the cat's litter box, it's already close to 1 a.m., and by the time I finally get into bed, it's quite late. On top of that, I do some brain training exercises before sleeping, which pushes my bedtime even further back. This morning, I woke up once just before 9 a.m. Since the stock market was open. I checked on my smartphone to see whether my holdings had dropped. Seeing that they had actually gone up reassured me, so I decided to go back to sleep. I think I finally got up around 10:30 a.m. Although my holdings are up, I'm still sitting on unrealized losses. I also don't have enough spare cash to add to my positions, so I decided to leave things as they are today and not take any action. That said, I didn't really have anything else to do, so I spent the day watching movies on Amazon Prime while going through my usual routines. Today I watched 5 films: Cha-Cha, Immortal Lovers, Ordinary Children, Tremble All You Want, and Hold Me Back. All except Immortal Lovers and Ordinary Children had already been on my favorites list. All of them were interesting. What they had in common was that they started off with a relaxed, soft atmosphere, but then shifted sharply into something serious in the second half. They felt like the kind of films that dig deep into a person's inner self, almost cutting into it. Tremble All You Want and Hold Me Back, in particular, left a strong impression with their portrayals of protagonists who continue to live while carrying emotional wounds. Other than that, the only thing I did was go out a little after 8 p.m. to buy cigarettes, soap, and some snacks. As I walked to the store, I found myself idly thinking about what to write in today's journal. What's on my mind right now are 3 things. My credit card bill for next month has grown to about 1.5 times the usual amount, my lemon balm isn't growing very well, and I haven't been making good use of my rosemary. The main reason for the increased credit card bill is that I bought carpets and tiles this month to rearrange my room. It was a necessary expense, but it doesn't fit within my salary, so I'll have to cover it from my savings or securities account. However, my securities account is already burdened with short positions, and my maintenance margin has been declining, so there's a limit to how much I can withdraw. Taking out a card loan temporarily is an option, but I worry it could become habitual. If I do use it, I'll need to set strict rules, like repaying it within a month. It also bothers me that my lemon balm isn't growing well, even though the weather is getting warmer. The plants I grew from seeds last autumn are doing fine, but the ones I bought as seedlings last spring aren't getting much bigger, even though they seem to be producing more leaves. They might need additional fertilizer, but it could still be too early for that. I should probably look into this properly. As for the rosemary, since it grows slowly, I've been using more lemon balm when making mixed herbal tea. But now that the lemon balm isn't growing as expected, that balance has fallen apart. That said, rosemary plants will become widely available in flower shops from now on, and at the gardening store in Akishima, I can get a plant for about 200 yen. It might not be a bad idea to simply harvest more and replace it by buying new plants when needed. I also recently learned that OK Store sells dried rosemary, which could serve as a substitute. What's worst is continuing to avoid drinking herbal tea like I have been lately. That's probably part of why I've been smoking more. I need to get that back on track.